service rifle team. Most of our team members are all either comprised of or part of at one time with one competitive team. Our mission with the service rifle team, of course, is to win the national championships in inter-service at Camp Perry, Ohio, and Quantico, respectively. We start our trip usually with training sessions. We go to Quantico, we compete against all the other service components, which include the AMU, National Guard, Reserves, Air Force, Navy, and one of us, Marines, of course. So that's our job, is basically is to win those championships. What y'all are here for is the EBR MTT T3 STM. Hopefully, with this course, you will be a little bit more familiar with what your job is as an STM. And there are 5 different phases for the qualification. First is position evaluation, which you will be continuously monitored over a period of time of the class. As far as your position goes, prone supported, prone unsupported, different type shooting positions, standing, kneeling, sitting. The second is dry fire, where you would go through, we had more time with the course, EST, LTS, floor light, and shoot us a 3-centimeter group. By the time that we get done with this exercise and with class certification, you'll be able to do that. Third is range estimation. Range estimation is a critical skill that you'll need to do like that, just about that quick. And through different techniques, tactics, and procedures with your scopes, with your storms, with your binos, by naked eye, we'll be able to give you those tools that you need in order to accomplish that. Fourth is SDM1, fire for qualification, and then the last one is SDM2 qualification. What are your questions so far as what you understand, what you're supposed to be doing? All right, we'll continue on. I want to introduce my instructor group here. Staff Sergeant Arcularius, if you want to stand up and say something about yourself.
Well, there I was, medium grenade fence. The reason why he looked at me when they talked about another service is I was at one time on the green side, then I went to the dark side. I'm an Army reservist, somewhere like 17 years right now, active federal service, give or take. Work for the FBI. My day job, I'm a gunsmith for the FBI. I am here on Fort Bragg often, 2, 3, 4 times a year, but I'm over on another area of Fort Bragg, working with guys that don't wear the uniforms like you do. My history behind this gun, I shot a gun, I started shooting when I was 6 years old, and when I was 14 years old, I was shooting something like that, competitively. So, I'm almost 40 now, so you do the math. I'm the NCOIC of the Army Reserve Service Pistol Team, and I'm happy to be here. Just remember one thing. Anything that comes out of my mouth or one of the instructor's mouth is going to be both quantifiable, it's going to be tangible. If it doesn't make sense to you, question it. Don't just because somebody has more stripes than you in this particular class, not question something that doesn't sound right to you. Does that make sense? If it doesn't sound right, it might be because it either isn't right or we need to further educate you. Don't be afraid to ask a question. All right? Everything we say should be quantifiable and tangible, and it should be backed up by facts. Unless we give the caveat, well, I think. But you're not going to hear that very often, okay?
Thank you, Staff Sergeant. Staff Sergeant Forrest.
Morning. I'm Staff Sergeant Forrest. Been in the Army in total 26 years. A couple of breaks in service. Came in 1984. So I've been around for a while. I went to Fort Benning. I left Fort Benning in 1986. And went on to become a drill sergeant. I was instructor at the drill sergeant school. I came into the Small Arms Readiness Group when I came back into the Army Reserve in 2007. And I've been mobilized for the last 4 years full-time at Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, teaching pre-mobilization and mobilized soldiers to get their deploying to theater, doing all the weapons training. We taught everything there from M9 to the M2 and Mark 19. And one of the things that we did when we were up there is that this weapon system, found out that really nobody was doing any training on it. So Sergeant Javasian and I, with a couple other NCOs, got together and developed a training program for this. And started training soldiers who were up there, mobilized National Guard to start off with. National Guard Brigade combat teams, National Guard engineers. They're using these as SDM rifles on Overwatch. And extremely impressed with what this weapon system can do. Within the last year, we've done the same thing with the M110 and the M107. So we kind of got to compare head to head what an EBR is versus some of the other very accurate 7.62 rifles in the Army. And I'm here to tell you, you are holding right now the best SDM rifle that the Army has available. Cool. Right? You will be, how many of you shoot expert right now? Consistently shoot expert. Good. I guarantee you, you will shoot better than you can believe you can shoot with this rifle. With the level of instructors that are in this room and the level of instruction you're going to get, you're going to be amazed at what's going to happen at the end of this week. Thank you.
Sergeant First Class Javasian.
All right, guys, so I'm First Class Horacio. I'm kind of in the same boat as Sergeant Forrest, but I came in 1990, not 84. Where's my Bravo Company guys at? That's what I like to see. Bravo Company, 2nd D04, 3rd Platoon, 3rd Squad Alpha Team. That was me back in 1990. How many guys remember their first jump here at Bragg? Not too long ago. How about the little...
in 1990.
Just a quick little thing that I've never been able to tell anybody. Now I'm standing in front of you guys. Remember guys being toyed with? Go get a box of grid squares or something like that? Well, here's my story. We jumped on Sicily Drop Zone that night out of 130. We had a follow-on mission. Op 4 was out there. I didn't know. I'm just a cherry-ass private, big ass stem sticking out of my damn head. Turn my chute in, get lined up, and we're trucking through the deepest, darkest jungles of North Carolina, man. I'm scared shitless. What's going on? The whole platoon, we're in a ranger final. We stop it. And the whole platoon's doing this shit. Pointing at the ground, saying something. It got to me, my squad leader, Sergeant Martinez, Hector Raul, one each, turns and looks at me, and he says, "Don't step on that contour line." What does my dumb ass do? I step over the freaking contour line. So I've been in your shoes, guys. I've chewed a lot of the same dirt, and I'm glad to be here. And we'll get to talk more about all the stuff we're going to do here shortly. That's all I got for right now.
Thank you. Sergeant First Class Lewis.
Sergeant First Class Lewis, came in 85, spent 17 years active duty. 5 of those years right here at Fort Bragg, 3rd Battalion 504. Got out active duty at 17 years, went into the Guard for 18 months. Missed the active duty side, doing the reserves, was mobilized January 04 to the present time. I've been on the U.S. Army shooting team, all-guard team, and now on the reserve shooting team. I actually learned how to shoot on the same weapon that Sergeant Clarence shot on, M14, back in 1989. Have a lot of knowledge to share. I'm here and willing and wanting to share my knowledge. Cool? All right.
Sergeant First Class Buell.
My name's Sergeant Buell, and I've been with the reserve team since 2005. Was with an organization called Small Arms Training Team, Small Arms Readiness Group, since 1999. Was mobilized as a small arms instructor in 2003 through 2010. I'm just happy to be here.
Master Sergeant.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Master Sergeant Norm Anderson. I did 15 years active duty with the Army Marksmanship Unit. One of the cool parts of that is, you know who was first asked to come train you guys on this thing? Yeah. It was the Army Marksmanship Unit. You know why they're not here? They don't believe in this system. We do. Okay, we know what's being used. There are 3 times as many EBRs in theater right now as there are M110s. okay? So that tells me somebody needs to be teaching you guys how to use this thing, right? So that's why we're here. We're here to help you guys be more effective with the tools you've been given, all right? So anyway, I did 15 years with them, and then I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, joined the Army Reserve. I've been helping this program get off the ground since 2007. So we're here to help you. Like Sergeant Larry said, do not hesitate to ask a question, okay? There is no such thing as a stupid question. You might be surprised how many people have the same question you do. Do not leave here thirsting for knowledge. Have your thirst satisfied when you walk through the door, okay? But you're about to become more proficient in the single most important skill a soldier can have. Isn't that right? Okay.
Sergeant Major Maurer.
Sir Major Maurer, been on the reserve team for about 3 years now. First duty station, Fort Bragg, Womack. First, what you guys are going to do out there, I mean, I wanted to make sure I got down here. I'm only going to be here a couple days, but I wanted to see the motherfuckers that were going to kill a lot of people in Afghanistan from the training you guys are getting. This is going to be, you have a world-class, Google some of these guys. Sergeant Anderson has 15-time President's 100.
Four-time mountain man.
Four-time mountain man, most ever in history. You guys have the studs of every of the instructors for this weapon system and weapons in general. You guys are going to have a good time. Don't be intimidated. There's a lot of rank up here. Just take the training. Don't be all worried about if you're proper. Just let's get this shit done. Let's shoot some people in Afghanistan and let's have some good training.